was a large crowd at the meeting tonight on him.
Yeah, you're right, Kyle. 1,800 people showed up to Stewart's Draft High School tonight.
Virginia has never seen anything quite like this.
One more locality on the list becoming a Second Amendment sanctuary.
The movement has spread across Virginia since Election Day when Democrats gained control of the General Assembly.
The list of areas claiming to be Second Amendment sanctuaries is growing.
Gun owners across Virginia are angry.
We realize what happened a couple months ago. We're going to fight for it.
And active.
The Second Amendment is just like really kind of the tip of the iceberg, because the reality is there's a movement in this country to disenfranchise us from all of our rights.
We're paying them to represent us, not to dictate to us what our rights are going to be.
I'm against all of the new laws that are being proposed because they actually place limits on law-abiding citizens rather than criminals who seek to harm us.
More than 90 counties across the state have passed resolutions declaring themselves Second Amendment sanctuaries. It's all in response to multiple gun measures proposed by Virginia Democratic lawmakers.
We used to have one gun a month in Virginia that worked very well, getting rid of bump stocks, high-volume magazines, red flag laws.
Bills that criminalize buying or selling certain guns, like the AR-15. Measures that would make it illegal to buy what are now standard capacity magazines. Limits on gun purchases, limits on the rounds a pistol can hold, and a proposal that even puts those that train people in the proper use of firearms in potential legal jeopardy.
Of course, all the classes that I've taken with different ranges here in the area, including elite here in Prince William County, would be very concerning to lose that opportunity to improve and to train. And actually this will lead to more deaths potentially because people won't know how to safely use firearms.
Thousands of people have turned out to support the Second Amendment across the state. And in many counties, even the sheriffs have joined in. In Culpeper County, Sheriff Scott Jenkins has declared that he will deputize gun owners to allow them to keep their firearms.
I would dare to say we've got thousands of concealed carry holders in Culpeper that have carry permits and carry the weapons every day. And soon those weapons they carry, most of them that have more than 10 rounds in the magazine, may be illegal. And I think that's ridiculous.
A Virginia sheriff vowing to deputize residents in his county if the state legislature passes new gun control measures.
Clearly you don't like what could happen in your state legislature there in Virginia. So how would you deputize anybody who would like to be?
A sheriff is allowed to deputize full-time, part-time, as well as auxiliary deputy sheriffs, and that's something I hope will not have to come to pass, but if the legislature does pass the bills that they intend, then that's likely to happen in Culpeper.
Many longtime residents of the state say with thousands turning out at county meetings and some law enforcement officials joining them in support of the Second Amendment, they're witnessing something they have never seen before.
I am very surprised to see the wave of the counties that have participated in this and how quickly it's happened and spread across the state.
This is unbelievable. This is it's basically a revolt. People are not going to take it anymore, and we're standing up for what we believe in.
Some are calling it a revolt, others are calling it a revolution. But will the thousands of voices of those that support the Second Amendment, like those that turned out at Prince William County, will their message be heard by Virginia lawmakers?
These individuals that are out here now at these meetings, they had a chance to come to Richmond. They can continue to have their meetings, they can continue to make sanctuary counties, but we're going to do what Virginians have asked us to do.
The resolutions that are being passed are being ginned up by the gun lobby.
If we have constitutional laws on the books and law enforcement officers are not enforcing those laws, there are going to be some consequences, but I'll cross that bridge if and when we get to it.
Other lawmakers are already looking ahead, with some asking the governor to even call in the Virginia National Guard to enforce Democratic-passed gun laws. Now, the state National Guard at this time has said they will not speculate about their possible use, but they do admit they've received a lot of questions about it. So how will the issue resolve itself? Will the thousands of voters in the majority of counties that respect the Second Amendment be acknowledged? Or will the Second Amendment crushing rules that Richmond's Democratic majority plan to pass in 2020 be enforced by armed members of the military, if necessary?
You know, if a guy in blackface standing next to a guy in a hood tells me I need to give up my guns, I think we got a problem, right? I think Republicans and Democrats should be able to agree on that, right? I mean, if you're a Democrat and you still want to go with that position that Democrats took so many years back, go ahead and stand up for it. But the side of right, the side of history, is going to be fighting for our gun rights.
For MRC-TV, I'm Eric Shiner.